So before we
Uh,
start, let's quickly share with everyone that why are we doing this series, and then we'll start with our words for today.
yeah. So the viewers who have been following us already know it already very well that why are we here? But for the new joiners, for them, it is like me and Priyansi want everyone to know about these certain words from dictionary. The psychological words, they have very special meanings and should not be used in a common language. So just to give an insight about these words, we both are here bringing everyday new letter and at least four words from every letter. And if you need more help from us, you can stay in touch.
Yes, definitely. And we are taking these words from the Oxford Dictionary of Psychology by Andrew Coleman, winner of American Library Association Award for Outstanding Reference Source. Yes, so let's start, I guess. Yes, let's start. Let people join in. So today we are doing the mental health vocabulary with letter I. So can you jump in for the first word today?
Yeah, so my first word today is individuation. Okay, first I'll read from the dictionary and then we'll talk about that word, discuss with examples so that everyone
Yeah,
understands. Okay.
yeah.
So the first word is individuation. It means the act or process of giving individuality to someone or something. Individuation means becoming a single homogeneous being, and insofar as individuality embraces our innermost, last, and incomparable uniqueness. Individuation means that a person's personality is integrated. It is like a person is integrated as the person grows, that person gets a belief that around, according to the beliefs and everything, according to the surrounding, that person would try to become a whole. It completes. So that completeness is called individuation, and it was taken by Carl Jung, the psychologist, and it he made a you know these days people are talking about mandala. If they want to know what is mandala is, please read about Carl Jung, and Carl Jung gave this concept of mandala. He said this mandala, the center of mandala, is the center of self, and this is taken from Hindi and Sanskrit. This design is taken from Hindi and Sanskrit by these Western psychologists, and he made it special that these mandalas means there should be a square, and inside the square is a circle, or there may be a square inside a circle. But this used to be, and if you remember in Indian prayers and pujas, we always draw this mandala on the floor, especially in Diwali time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the center of self. This is like integrating a person into the self and getting that person to self-actualize. That's like growing a person to self-actualize. That's a self-transcendence, growth towards self-transcendence. Would you want to add something on this?
Yeah, I wanted to ask you that can you give us an example from a real life maybe so it will be easier for us to understand that what individualization is.
Yeah. So it is like you have conscious self, and when a person who cannot, who is
Your
born,
voice is cracking. Your voice is cracking actually. Everyone in the audience, is it okay? Are you all able to hear her? If you all
I
can
can
tell
switch
us.
my Wi-Fi if you want. I can switch my
As
Wi-Fi if you
like
want.
yeah, like if that is
Okay,
possible.
just to give me a second if
Yeah. Okay,
all
it's
is
fine,
fine.
Anvi. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Take it. It's fine.
Okay. So
Yeah.
it is like how a person grows from childhood to adult stage. A person want to integrate itself. It collects all the things and understandings from the life and grows and become a complete individual being. That's called
Mm-hmm.
individuation. It is like
Mm-hmm.
a virtuous life a person leads from beginning to the end. So it's like getting
Got it.
into
Got it.
a
Got it.
person's personality as a complete whole.
Right. Got it. So basically, individuation is that how is person growing from childhood to the adulthood that we've talked about already.
To a
Yes,
complete
Sudhi, very well
human being.
explained. You want to add something?
But I will explain you one more time with the opposite example. Okay. So opposite to individuation is de-individuation. So de-individuation is when a person, yesterday we were talking about this concept, when a follows group norms, that person has to leave his own or her own belief and follow the belief of the group. Then that person separates itself from its individuality and
Right.
get the individuality of the group. So that is de-individuation. But if a person is individual, it has its own rules and boundaries and belief system, then the person is individual. Now you understand the difference? Individuation and
Yeah,
de-individuation?
yeah. Now it's better. Like I can understand it in a better way. That was new for me. So yeah, that was good enough.
Oh, okay. So de-individuation is a social psychology word.
Yeah, that I know. It's a social psychology word. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. So let's have the second word for today. It's informed consent. So the dictionary says voluntary agreement by a patient to undergo a medical treatment or procedure. So informed consent is, as the name suggests, having a consent from somebody to conduct any type of counseling session or therapy or any medical treatment on the person. It's a voluntary participation of the patient or the client that yes, I am ready to take a counseling session or a therapy from you, or I'm ready to take these medicines that the psychiatrist is giving. So, whenever you go for therapy, you go for any counseling sessions, make sure your therapist asks you that are you ready for the procedure? Do you agree with the procedure that we are going to carry out? So, that is what is informed consent. Yes? You want to add
Yeah.
something?
It Yeah, it is very important to have an informed consent from the client because it should not be that the client is pushed by the family or the friends or
Right.
the spouse. So it
Right.
should be his own consent that he is taking this. It is not a push thing. And according to American Psychological Association and British Psychological Society, it is mandatory.
Yes, it's mandatory. Some of the organizations also take in writing that are you ready to
Yes.
undergo the therapy or are you ready to take the counseling sessions? It's also written in writing. But yes,
Yes.
consent is important.
Yes,
Yes.
very important. Yes.
So the third word for today is
Third word is very important and very much, I think people use it very easily, but they actually don't know what actually it means in psychology. That is inferiority complex. So I'll read from here first. Is an emotionally toned ideas arising from a repressed fear and resentment associated with real or imagined inferiority resulting either in compensation or withdrawal into oneself. It says there is an the child is born, right? With complete. The child is always born complete. Okay. With time, as the child grows, according to the environment, some something might be missing in him, and that child may develop some inferiority, maybe physical self or mental self. I'm talking about bodily part also, I'm talking about the mental self also. So there might be some depletion while growing up. So this child may feel lesser than others, always feel lesser than others. So these children, such children, to overcome this lessness, overcome this inferiority in their life, they try to get into the superior side, and then they need more of self-esteem. So if their self-esteem is higher, they will, hide these inferiority things in them. So mostly if you see if somebody's self-esteem is higher, it means something is missing. Then we can understand there is an inferiority complex in this person. So that is the way how a person manages to fight back this inferiority.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so everybody, it's like from inferiority, a person wants to go to a superiority self. It's okay, that's normal. But when these normalcy develop into a complex is going over, not according to just the norm, but going over. Like we talked about Oedipus complex and Electra
Yes.
complex, even inferiority complex and a superiority complex is a complex. Means anything which is normal and natural is okay, but going above that
Over.
natural and normal line, it becomes a complex. And that time, when they become a complex, definitely that person needs help. Visiting a
Got it.
counselor is a must for that person.
Mhm.
You want to add something in this?
Yeah, so when it comes to inferiority, so we have inferiority and superiority complex. So it is usually seen in adults as well. It is seen in adolescents as well. So as they grow up, if they don't work in when they are at a younger stage, it grows with them. They are more into that inferiority complex situation where they feel inferior than others, right?
Yeah.
Age
So
matters
sometimes,
a lot.
yeah, like an example, if a person is having problem with walking, like in a leg, so what he'll try to do, he'll be the best with his hands. So that person cannot walk, but he'll try to be best with his hands. So maybe he's a good painter or he can write books because now he's using more of his energy to come out of that disability of that person. That's a physical way. Physical problem happening. Similar is the mental problem. Similar with the economic problem. So if the person is very poor and that person feel inferior in front of everyone, so that person will try to be as rich as possible. So, that way that person from inferiority will try to get into the superiority area just to
Right.
complete itself.
Right, right. Very well
Yeah.
explained, Dee. All the viewers here, if you want any more information on inferiority complex or you want to check if you are one, please do some introspection. And if you cannot do that, if you're not able to do that, please visit a psychological counselor or therapist, or you can DM us as well, where we can see if you need any professional help or not on the same context. Okay. So the fourth word for today is imposter syndrome. I think it might be new for a lot of you people. So I'll just quickly read the definition. A subjective experience of phoniness in people who believe that they are not intelligent, capable, or creative despite evidence of high achievement. So these people are someone who have achieved a lot in their life, but they feel that no, am I really a successful person? Do I really deserve this? I mean, they have this constant fear that, okay, others will find out that I just achieved this because of a dumb luck and I am not that intelligent. So these are the people who always feel that I just got successful. So they always have this fear that others will find out that I achieved this because of some dumb luck, or maybe I am a fraud. I am not that intelligent, right? So this is just like an internal. They are not able to believe that, oh, I can be so much successful. Oh, can I be successful in life? They are not able to believe this. This syndrome is seen in people who have low self-worth because they can never believe that I can achieve so much in life, despite they have evidence in front of themselves that, see, you are so successful. It's on papers. Everyone is saying this, but they're not able to believe that I can be actually a successful person. Yes?
Yes, very true. Yeah. They feel like it is a dream. They are still in the dream. They don't believe this is a reality happening. They all the time doubt themselves. And they also doubt other people that, okay, others will think I'm a fraud. That's why I got so much money because I'm not worth it. I cannot do
Yes.
all this. So people will believe that, oh, he's so worthless, but he has so much of money or he has earned so much of fame. That they feel that fear. They have that fear that they'll be caught someday. But there is nothing like
Yes.
that. That's imposter syndrome phenomena.
Yeah. Yeah. So they always feel that I am not worth it. I can never achieve this. So they have these feelings of low self-worth, inadequacy. So that's how, if it persists for a long time, then it can create a lot of problem in this person. And then they always overwork. They always over pressurize themselves because they want to prove it to themselves that, okay, I can be successful, but then in the end, they fail at the point of satisfying themselves that I can actually achieve this much in my life, right?
Yes, very true. Yeah. They don't
Okay,
applaud
so
themselves.
yeah, they never applaud themselves. Even though the whole crowd is applauding for themselves, they'll be like, oh, like, why are you doing this? I don't deserve this. I just got all this
Yeah.
because it was just luck, just fate, it just happened. So these are
Yes.
someone who don't pat themselves even when others are
Yeah.
doing it. Yes.
Yeah.
So on that note, let's wrap up for today. Tomorrow we'll be back with letter J. So today we had discussed informed consent, inferiority complex, imposter syndrome, and individualization. Tomorrow we'll have few words from letter J. Till then, thank you everyone, all those who had joined. It means a lot to us that you join every day. So yes, we are really thankful. And Shaludi, thank you so much for every day sparing your time.
No, thank you so much. The pleasure is all mine, Priyansi. Thank you for taking all that effort. Thank you so much, everyone. Stay blessed.
Thank you, Sanjay sir, for this. It really means a lot. Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye
Bye-bye.
then.
Ciao.